Wonderful. Welcome, 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 everyone. This is Tracy Una Wagner with Personal Inspirations. And today we're going to be talking about your transpersonal energy system and more specifically, your causal chakra. And your causal chakra is actually one of the transpersonal chakras. And we're going to be talking about that. Hold on just one sec. But first, let's go over a little bit of what chakras are, where they're at, and just a brief overview. I won't go into detail because most of you probably already know what chakras are. So starting at the top with the purple there, that is the crown chakra. It's actually not located like that, standing up on top of the head. It's actually flat. I didn't know how to represent that. Couldn't find the top of somebody's head as an image. But the crown chakra is actually, it's flat. It's one of the ones that are lying flat against the head, so that it's more like an opening that's right on the top of the head. Like if you place your hand on top of your head, that's the way that the chakra is lying. The third eye, or the brow, that is actually right in the middle of the forehead to right in between the brows. It's somewhere in between that area. It's actually represented, sometimes you'll see, as an eye, an extra third eye. That's why it's called third eye, but that's for intuition and things like that. So, and it's actually flat this way. So it's just like the picture, it's that flat, and that's more of an indigo blue. Now, the throat chakra, which is that turquoisey or light blue robin egg color, that is actually the throat chakra. That is located right in around the Adam's apple area, right in the middle of the throat, and it's for communication. And the throat, or the heart chakra, is that green, and it's just located right in the center of the chest. We're going to go through the other ones real quick too. The solar plexus is the yellow, which is around the navel area, maybe a little bit higher than that for some. And the sacral, which is right below that. And then the root, or the base, which, you know, there's the root and base just holding on to that stability. The new chakras. These are chakras that have been seen by quite a few Reiki masters, energy healers, energy workers, light workers. These, for a while now, these have been seen for some people. A lot of people say, I'm going to start with the soul self, which is right in the center of the chest, along with the other two that are there. We'll talk about those in a second. But the soul self is the spark that a lot of people see. That is your soul. That is your soul self. That soul self is actually tethered to your spirit self, which is in spirit still. So that is actually, a lot of people say, I just see a spark in you, or I see that light within, and that's what it is that's your soul self. The thymus, people actually, it's kind of funny because for a long time I've heard a lot of people say, you know, I think the heart chakra is a pink color, and people would say, no, I think the heart chakra is a green color. That's what people say, green. Heart chakra is a green color. And they're kind of both right, because they were all seeing the thymus and the heart chakra, which are one on top of the other. The thymus is first. It's on top of the heart chakra, around that area. It's kind of a sideways pyramid with the soul self, the thymus, and the heart. It's kind of a pyramid, a sideways pyramid. And the thymus actually is right above the heart. So people were seeing the thymus chakra, which is that pink color, and mixing it up with the heart chakra, which is fine. It's no big deal, but there is a distinction, and people are seeing all of them, and so there's a little bit of a distinction for you. So there's the soul self, which is that spark in you. The thymus, which is above the heart chakra, and the heart chakra, they're all kind of there in just a beautiful triangle, sideways, but it's still a triangle. Now, the hands and the feet chakra, I think they don't get as much attention as they should, because a lot of energy healers and light workers, Reiki masters, or Reiki, people that work with Reiki, they actually use the hands and feet chakras all the time. It is something that's used all the time. And I think a lot of people don't realize that it is a chakra. Those are chakras that you're using when you do those things. Even when you tell someone to stop, you put your hand out, that actually, there's power in that, because you're using your chakra to do that. You're also using it when you're gathering energy. Those chakras are gathering the energy because they're open. When you put your hands down and you're using them for energy healing, you're using those chakras for support and helping someone in that way. Same with your feet. Your feet chakras, because they're on the earth, they're always offering and receiving energetic vibes from the earth. You can also use them a lot. Oh gosh, what was it? I've seen people using their feet for massage, and actually it's a very grounding, very stabilizing type of massage when someone uses their feet on the body. It's very grounding for the person that's getting that massage. But there's also lots of other reasons to be using your hands and feet. Also, these are energetic, not physical hands, even though you can use your physical hands. But if you're missing an arm or a leg or a foot or a hand, it does not matter. It's still offering that same energy in your mind's eye and in your energetic body. You're complete and whole. And that chakra, those chakras can never be gone. So even if you don't have a hand or a foot, that energy is still there, because in spirit you are whole and complete. So just a little bit on that. Now, the transpersonal chakras are the new kids on the block. They're a little bit newer, even though you've always had them. They've always been there. And in the times of the Atlanteans and the Lemurians, they actually use these chakras all the time, and probably more. But a lot of people are saying that these are the chakras that were used quite a lot. Now, I put the soul self in there as well, because it's an integral part to the transpersonal chakras. And a lot of people are starting to see this more and more when working with transpersonal chakras. That soul self is actually there all the time, and you can constantly see it. And some people say the transpersonal chakras don't include the Earth Star, which is the bottom one, but I include that with the transpersonal chakras there again, because it's a newer chakra that is being seen and worked with. And so I just bundled those up, because I believe those actually are very powerful together, and we'll see why later on. So starting at the top, that's the stellar gateway. And the stellar gateway is the start to working with spirit and the cosmos. The soul star, which is the next one down, is actually a, oh, I got the wrong picture for those. Eek. Anyway, the soul star, sorry about that. The soul star, which is the second one down from the top of the stellar gateway, the soul star actually is what houses the Akashic records. And it's actually the second filter to spirit. We'll talk about that one again in a different video. What we're going to be talking about today is the causal, and that one is an interesting chakra, but it's the third one down. It's the closest to the head. It's back a little bit. It's not in a straight line with the solar gateway and the soul star, or the stellar gateway and the soul star. It's a little bit back further in the head, towards the head. There again, we'll talk about that one actually in this video in just a few minutes. And then the soul self, which is in the center of the chest, and the Earth Star it is about 6 inches, 3 to 6 inches below the Earth's crust. And so it's beneath your feet, it's down in the earth, and it's an integral part to the stabilization of your physical body here on Earth and the balancing and the rooting to the earth for your physical body. So, next one. There we go. So all of them together is your transpersonal energy system, your original 7, the newer chakras, and the transpersonal chakras. All together form your transpersonal energy system. They all work beautifully and seamlessly together. And once you know how to work with them all, then it will open up tons of things for you to do with it. I believe it's an integral part to our evolution, our transformation, being able to learn how to work with all of them together. There's a reason for them, and I believe that evolutionary process really is boosted once we learn how to work with them. So today we're going to be talking about the causal chakra. It is part of your transpersonal energy system. It is the one that's closest to your head. Now, the interesting thing about the causal chakra is during the times of Atlantis and Lemuria, they used to have elongated skulls. And when they did, the causal chakra used to be within the head shape. So if you had a elongated head, a skull shape, it would be in the back of the skull and located within the skull, within the head shape. It's in that area. Now, even though we don't have that skull shape, it's still in our energetic body, our subtle body, that our skull or that area is within the head shape, or that's where it's located within our auric energy field. So it's to the back and up just a little bit from the crown chakra, which is on top. So it's up and back a little bit, back here. And then it's in between the soul star. So that's where it's located. And some people still nowadays, they will still have it fully or partially still inside your head shape. Some people have still that a little bit of elongated head shape, and in it they could probably have the whole of the causal chakra or partial. Others, it'll be 2 to 4 inches above into the back of the head. There again, anywhere between 2 inches and 4 inches, somewhere in between there. It depends on your head shape and where it's located for you. It is the first filter to the divine. So when we communicate with spirit, it goes up the pipeline. So our thoughts go up a pipeline, which I term the transpersonal energy system. So it goes up. And so that first filter, which I believe is a causal chakra, what happens is it starts to transmute that information. It starts to make it accessible and put it in a way that is understandable for you to speak with the spirit or the divine. Now, it's just like when you speak a foreign language, trying to get that information out. If you had a filter, if you had a Google app or something that you could speak into it and it would just translate that. It's almost like what that is. It's the first step. It still actually houses a lot of the information that you're thinking and feeling in your tongue, I guess you would say, in the way that you speak, in the way that you think, but it's starting to transmute it and starting to make it into spirit talk. So that is the first filter to the divine. Now, coming down the pipeline, if you ever start to work with spirit, maybe you're communicating with angels or ascended masters or deceased loved ones, loved ones that are in spirit now. And a lot of people will say that they have a tendency to hear a ringing in the ear, or like a high-pitched squealing noise. That is actually spirit speaking with you. And when we bring in the messages through the transpersonal energy system, and if you think of each of the transpersonal chakras as a filter system, once it comes down to the causal chakra, it is able to be assimilated or brought into your awareness in a way where you can understand. Now, is it always it sounds difficult, but it's really not. If your energy, or if you're meditating, your energy is already going through that transpersonal energy system. Your energy is already going up high because you're in your body and you're allowing your thoughts to be open. So you're already going through that filter system. Now, when you're receiving the information, it's a lot easier when you're open, when that straw, that tube, that transpersonal energy system, when that is open and clear, the transpersonal chakras, the filter system, is actually able to make the ideas easier to be heard, to be sensed. And so you're not hearing that ringing necessarily. Now, if you're distracted when you're meditating and you're trying to receive information, you may get some of that ringing still in your ear, or it may be a little garbled, or may not be as crisp and clean as when your thoughts are already high and they're open. So the causal chakra is what is that, either coming from divine, is that last filter so that you can completely understand it, or if you're going from your body up into the divine, it is the first filter. Now, why does that matter? Well, because your causal chakra is the manifestation center. It is where the law of attraction starts. It is where all of that happens. Our collective consciousness is in this area. And so you're able to, it's a first step to the collective consciousness. So what you're able to do is, when you go into the causal chakra, you're able to manifest. You're able to bring to you what you're wanting and desiring and needing. When you realize that it's that close to you, that you have that ability, it's part of you no matter what, it is so much easier to manifest. It's so much easier to broadcast when you know that that's where it's supposed to be, where you're supposed to go for the manifestation. If you're wanting something, needing something, or just desiring something, and if it's in perfect alignment with what you are at this moment, or who you are at this moment, it's broadcasting and it's receiving. So that causal chakra, with being the manifestation center, if you can, even if you have a vision board, anything, if you can think of crisp and clear, as in Technicolor, what you're wanting and needing or desiring, and place it just in your mind's eye, place that image in your causal chakra, the manifestation happens very quickly. If it's not in alignment with your highest good and what you're needing or wanting, or if it's not something that will be of your highest good at this time, then it just won't manifest. It may manifest in something in a different way. It may manifest as a stepping stone to get to what you're really desiring. It's just, there's help there. If it's not of alignment for you, then there's help to actually keep you from receiving that, because it's not of your highest good. But that doesn't mean you're not going to receive something, because you always will. Also, with the manifestation center, the causal chakra, when you place that image in there, I know a lot of people have when you're talking about manifestation or the law of attraction, they say to be crystal clear. Make sure that, you can see it, feel it, touch it, taste it if need be. And that image, keep that thought. Well, if you know that that thought is in your causal chakra, in the manifestation center, it's a lot easier for you to release it and let it go because it's somewhere. It's not just out in the universe somewhere. It's actually located in that manifestation center. It's located in that causal chakra and it's being distributed. Yes, it's going out into the cosmos, but at least you know there is a system as to how that manifestation, the law of attraction, actually works. That was helpful to me when I first started working with it. So that is kind of the 411 on the causal chakra and what it's for, what it's about, what it can help you do within the transpersonal energy system, how it works, and what it's for. I hope that was really helpful for you. Let's see if we can exit this. There we go. All right. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with me today, learning about your causal chakra. I'd love to hear what your experiences are when you start working with your causal chakra. And you can actually send an email to me or just get a hold of me on my website. My website is www.tracyunawagner.com or www.versatileinspirations.com. You can send me an email at Tracy, Tracy, at versatileinspirations.com. Thank you again for spending some time with me today. You take care and have a wonderful day. And as always, I'm sending you and yours love, light, and eternal blessings. Take care.